What's up, X-Wing players? Check your 6. D-Bad Wolf coming at ya. And we have round 4 of the X-Wing Store Championship in Chimera, Appleton, Wisconsin. Pretty much the final. Jake, who is 3-0, versus Kris, who is 2-1. Both have a good chance of taking first. Jake has the advantage with 3 wins. Jake is flying Hull Runner, 3 base TIE Fighters, Backstabber, and a Blacksquadron. And Kris is flying 2 Bounty Hunters with Gunner and a Lambda with Vader. And I faced Kris several times with that build, and it's pretty devastating for a very simple build. I thought it was interesting that Jake split up his squad and put Howel on the far side of the map. On the Blacksquadron pilot, he does have draw fire, so if someone takes a crit, he can take that crit for him. And he's leading out with Backstabber. I could be wrong, maybe Hull is with the other ships, but I don't think so. I guess we'll see here the order that he moves. Yep, Hull is on the far edge of the map. And I do apologize that the left half of the screen is a little fuzzy. The only thing I think of, maybe my lens had a little smudge on it or something. So the TIE Fighters are running away, the Bounty Hunters are giving chase. Backstabber is trying to approach from the side. And this kind of surprised me about Kris, as he usually keeps his squad in a pretty good solid formation. And what he does to your ships, he strips your shields off with those Bounty Hunters, and then he uses Vader and the Lambda to give you a crit. It's very effective. And what he does here surprised me is that he veered off with the Lambda. I was guessing a black Backstabber grabbed his attention. Unfortunately, Jake was one of the few people on the top that I did not get an opportunity to play against. Had I won my round 3 match, I'm sure I would have played him. It was kind of up to me or Kris who would have been playing him this round. And Kris, by the luck of the roll, was paired up with Jake. I think I would have actually had a better chance with 2 Falcons against a TIE Swarm. So round 4. We're going to get a few shots off here. Howel takes some shots, and they're evaded. Bounty Hunter is going to get a couple of hits here.
Just a straight up hit? Yep. This guy. Yep, range 3.
And he rolls 1 evade, and he's got an evade token. He was going to spend it, but after he realized that the Bounty Hunter had Gunner, he changed his mind and took the 1 hit instead.
In that case, I'll take it. Okay.
Probably a good call. Checking for range here, and Jake does kind of push his ship a little bit, as you see right there. I think that should have gave Kris the shot, but they both decided that he was out of range. The Lambda gets a range 1 shot here. Gets a hit and a crit. And Backstabber ends up taking a crit from this. Kris uses Vader and gives him another crit. The first crit is if he overlaps, he takes a damage. And then I believe the second one is a console fighter. His 3 Academy TIE fighters have a range 3 shot at his first Bounty Hunter. And they're all in range 1 of Hull Runner.
So, I think it's all 3. We can check just in range. So, all range 3, all Hull Runner, all focus. So we'll start 1
Okay, the first one gets 2 hits. And they're evaded. The second one gets, I think, at 1 hit. And that's evaded. The third one lands 2 shots, no evades there. So that's 2 shields off the Bounty Hunter.
Better let first volley than we had last time.
So I'd say the first round of shots kind of went in Kris's favor
That's
here.
going to be a game. Two different games. It's kind of fun, actually.
Yep. Looks like it.
Bounty hunters move up, both of them bounce. Small action for the bounty hunters, but with gunner it's usually not too big of a deal. At range 1, there's a good chance you're going to land some hits even without any actions. Backstabber did put out, or did fix the crit, which I think was the fire. Howel's going to take a shot at the bounty hunter. Those were evaded. The bounty hunter can shoot a tie. And gets 2 hits and a crit. And Black Squad pilot takes one of the crits.
Weapon malfunction, reduce your primary. Okay.
And the crit is a munitions failure. So Black Squad is down to 1 shot.
Back 1 to turn 1 I just shot.
I think Kris is shooting at a different tie. Not sure if that's Blacksquadron or not.
Yeah, I thought the one in the front was.
Kris is pointing out that he hit that ship earlier, and that it's marked incorrectly.
Yeah, so it shouldn't be on 1 and it should be.
And Jake makes the corrections. So it looks like he got 3 hits there.
Fire back. Evading everything, hitting everything.
Yeah. Alright.
And not enough evades to save the tie. Looks like a crit, and it must have been additional damage.
You just stress toward draw their fire. How that works?
Not bad enough, you guys still think.
Yeah.
And the first kill of the game goes to Kris.
Actually played against that card.
So I think right now 1 tie's dead, and 3 of them are beat up.
I don't think I did. I think I focused fire into any one of them.
Okay, tie takes a range shot at the bounty hunter. Lands 1 hit. Shield is gone. Number 2 lands a crit and a hit.
Shield gone and then a crit. Immediately retrieve a stressor.
And the crit gives the bounty hunter a stress token. Third TIE Fighter gets 3 hits. None of them are evaded. So a huge round of shots for the remaining TIE Fighters. At one point, Jake makes a comment that the game's already over, that he thinks that he's pretty much already done. And I would have to agree, at this point Kris does look like he definitely has the upper hand. He does have one beat up bounty hunter. As long as he can get some shots off and take out another TIE fighter before he's blown up, he's looking pretty good.
3 and 2.
Target lock.
Okay, Backstabber takes out the range 3 shot at the Lambda. Scores a hit.
Wish I could get some of those baits. You guys.
Let's see. Yeah, you just go one with
Yeah, there's actually some really good flying on Kris for that turn of moves. Didn't leave Jake with too many shots. The bounty hunter gets a range of 1 shot. Looks like he got 3 hits. And I think that's an uninjured tie. I could be wrong. He must have evaded, re-rolled, got 3 more hits.
Oh, this guy should have shot. Okay, yeah, I don't know. Shooting with a whopping 10 dot. Shooting this one.
Blacksquadron pilot takes 1 shot and he rolled nothing. I guess I think they've been playing him out of turn. I think the Blacksquadron pilot is pilot skill 4. And one of the academies does get a hit. Does land a crit on the injured bounty hunter. So that bounty hunter's hanging in there. He really needed to take out another 2 ties that round. Did manage to take out 1. And a lot of the ties are injured. Howel moved into a perfect position to take out that fire spray. There we go, Howel at range 1 at the fire spray, the bounty hunter. Looks like 2 hits, and that's enough to finish him off. Maybe not. Use the evade token. Or focus token. He spent the focus token. Blacksquadron got another hit in, finished off the fire spray. And Backstabber picking on that poor Lambda. The Vader aboard makes him a true Backstabber. And he lands 1 hit.
My position was poor. His turn was I'm gonna shoot at number 1.
Okay, looks Looks like he only got a hit or two. They were evaded. Uses gunner. I think he got 3 hits there.
Yep. 3 and 4.
Looks like some were evaded. I'm not sure if he landed any hits or not. Which is pretty huge, not getting any hits. Shoots at Howel. Doesn't get a hit, but uses Vader to do a crit. And this round definitely went the other way. Kind of putting Jake back into contention here. Gonna take a range 3 shot at the Lambda. Gets 1 hit. That was a crit. So a lucky pot shot at the Lambda. I think that might have been a direct hit. So a huge turn of events. Kris was unable to take out any more ties. Still, yet again, you know, a lot of damaged ships, but not dead. I always try to stay on this same ship if it's injured. Kris definitely got some unlucky rolls that round. Didn't land. Not sure if he landed any hits other than the crit that he put on Howel. And Backstabber is being a huge pain on that poor Lambda. Backstabber gets 2 hits on the Lambda and he's toast. I'm sure Vader foreseen that happening and made a run for the escape pod.
So, did you roll for console player? No. It's a good. He has 1 hit. Second one is like 2 hits. Or no, not.
I think the outcome would have been a lot different if Kris would have stayed with his normal tactic of keeping that Lambda with the bounty hunters. Because with those 3 ships together, they would have he would have finished off any leftover ships with damage on them.
I have a little bit. Let's go for.
Fire Spray takes a shot at the TIE Fighter. Looks like those shots were evaded. Now maybe there's a hit and a crit. He has a choice of using his evade token, but I think he decides to take the crit. And it must have done an extra damage because it took out that TIE Fighter. Okay, just before the end of the round, 10-minute warning was called. I'm not trying to call Jake out, but 8.5 minutes did pass. It's just the fact. Some people were concerned about that, thinking Kris could have got maybe another round of shots in. At this point, Jake is winning by points. He takes a shot at the bounty hunter. He does a couple damage there. Kris would need to take out at least 1 TIE fighter each round in order to win.
What did you roll for console fire? No, you're not.
Okay, looks like you got 2 hits. And they're evaded.
So it's going to be almost impossible
Kris rolls again, gets a hit and a crit.
Okay, it's impossible. One squiggle.
And those are evaded as well. So even if Kris did get a chance to get another round of shots, Jake still would have won by points.
Okay. How many points do you have?
And I hope I get a chance to play Jake either in real life or on Vassal sometime. And the win goes to Jake. Good job, Jake.
It doesn't matter.
The card box of your choice is Rebel, the certificate, gets you
Yay!
Number 2 is Eric.
Yay!
Other card box. And then Adam and Jeff.
Yay! Thank you.
Thanks for playing, guys. You're
Ooh,
awesome.
shiny.
Love you.
Sit, Woof Woof, sit. Bad Wolf.